All right, guys, I am going to show you something crazy. This is one of the 3 or 4 fully autographed 1986 Fleer sets in the entire world. It's mine. I took a while putting it together. Here are the 2 MJs, and we are going to do a quick set tour. This is obviously the #1 card in the set, and it was pretty crazy. I gambled on this one raw for a very cheap price, and Beckett slabbed it for me, which was awesome. So this is the key one, and I'll start at the beginning. So we've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've got the Showtime Lakers inscription on the top. It's a 610, which is pretty nice. Alvin Adams. He actually is a pretty good signer through the mail, and I got a nice card with his Rookie of the Year inscription on it as well. Number 3, Mark Aguiar. Number 4, Danny Ainge. Number 5, John Bagley. This guy was tough. Nobody could find him for like years, and then all of a sudden he did a public signing last year. Thurl Bailey, nice 710. Charles Barkley, obviously one of the key cards in the set. Benoit Benjamin, another tough one. Nobody could really find him for a while. Good old Larry Bird. Wish it was a nicer card. I'm going to try to upgrade this at some point. Otis Birdsall. Orlando Blackman. Most of these are in blue. I'm trying to get the whole thing in blue, but it's tough. Manute Bol, another deceased player. Nice card though, great autograph as well. Sam Bowie, great college player, another tough one. Joe Barry Carroll, 710, nice card. Tom Chambers. Maurice Cheeks. Michael Cooper, great defensive player. Love the signature. I got this one through the mail actually with him. Wayne Cooper, another deceased player. I kind of want this one in blue, but I like it for now. Pat Cummings, this was a very tough one. There aren't many of these around. He's obviously deceased, and yeah, it was tough, but we got him. Terry Cummings, 2 times All-Star. I love these inscriptions whenever possible. They can add a little something extra to the card, just like one thing about the player. Adrian Dantley, we actually had him on our podcast. 810, really solid card with a lot of accolades on it. Brad Davis, he's a good signer through the mail. I think I have an upgrade with him at PSA right now. Walter Davis, another departed player. It's now becoming a tough auto. Daryl Dawkins, Hall of Famer, no longer with us. Nice card, good blue Sharpie signature. Larry Drew, nice 710. I tried to dual grade these whenever possible, and then for others I'm just getting upgrades because it's easier. This one's Drexler, obviously another key card in the set. Joe Dumars, I mean this set is just chock full of Hall of Famers. Mark Eaton, another dearly departed player. Great Jazz player. James Edwards. Then we got Alex English. He's become tougher, but he's been doing some signings lately. Julius Erving. I wanted to make sure I got the Dr. J in the signature, which I really like. And then also the Hall of Fame inscription by the basket, which is kind of cool. Patrick Ewing, another great card. Vern Fleming, I actually got this one through the mail. About half of these cards I got for free, to be honest, just through the mail, getting players to sign them. Eric Floyd. World Be Free, best name ever. Just amazing. This was, he was tough, but he did a couple signings recently. Organized. The Iceman, George Gervin, he was, this might have been his last year in the league or last couple. This is a very nice card, a 910. I've only got a few 910s. This is one of them. Artis Gilmore. Mike Jaminski, 9-9. Anytime I can get a 9 in a card like this, it's amazing, especially in a new label because PSA is so tough on them now. Ricky Green. Sidney Green. He's tough for some reason. Dave Greenwood. This is where the set gets very unique. So this card's totally normal, but eventually you're going to see another card that's not his card with his picture on it. It's pretty wild. Daryl Griffith. Bill Hanslick. Derek Harper. Gerald Henderson. Roy Hinson, he actually works for the NBA players office and he signs cards if you mail him one. Craig Hodges. Phil Hubbard. Jay Humphries. Oh, this is a very tough card. Dennis Johnson, Celtics great. Near and dear to my heart. He's obviously no longer with us, and his autograph card is very hard to come by. Eddie Johnson, another good signer through the mail. Frank Johnson, pretty tough card, especially in nice condition, so I'm happy with the 7-9. Good old Magic Johnson. So it's a 610, which I like, and I also got him with the Hall of Fame inscription. Beautiful blue Sharpie. Very key card in this set, for sure. Marquise Johnson. He's sort of a fringe Hall of Fame player. 5-time All-Star. He used to be pretty good about signing through the mail, but he's kind of quieted down now. All right, this is where the set gets crazy. So, this is the Steve Johnson card, which is card number 55. And if you notice on the front, that is Dave Greenwood's picture. So in order to have this truly complete as an autograph set, I had Dave Greenwood sign this because it's his picture. And then I also had Steve Johnson sign it because it's his card. And Steve does not like signing these cards, as you can imagine. How they messed up on such an iconic set is beyond me, but this card is very rare. He does not sign this often. It was not easy to get into. Vinnie Johnson, he's worth $500 million and has, he owns the Piston Group, which supplies a lot of automotive parts to, big companies. He is completely unreachable. He does not sign. So this is a very tough one. Clark Kellogg. Albert King. Bernard King. Bill Lambier just never does a signing. I need to upgrade this. The Sharpie's obviously faded and smudged, but we'll get him someday. Alan Leavell, he's kind of a recluse, tough to find, but I got him. Lafayette Lever, or Fat Lever, kind of a cool name. Alton Lister, He lives in the Philippines now, and he's really tough. I like this card for a couple of reasons. One, it's an 8, which is great because it survived such a long mail trip. But also, he signed it on the back and the front, double signed. So I kind of like that. It's like my new favorite card in this set. Lewis Lloyd, no longer with us. Maurice Lucas. Jeff Malone. Karl Malone. This is a vintage signature. He signed vertically on the left during his playing days. It's a way you can kind of differentiate. Moses Malone, another Hall of Famer. Solid card. All right, next we got Cedric Maxwell. He's does play-by-play for the Celtics. I actually got this signed at the game. Rodney McRae. Xavier McDaniel. Kevin McHale signed in silver Sharpie. I'm going to get an upgrade on this for sure. Again, I want most of these in blue Sharpie. Mike Mitchell, he's one of the 3 most difficult cards in the set. It really comes down to how many of these exist. So, great card, 710 blue, I'll take it. That was actually the last card I needed for the autograph set. Sidney Moncrief. Johnny Moore. It's an interesting card. If you can find this at the PSA 10, it's worth a lot of money. Notoriously poorly centered. Chris Mullin. Definitely need an upgrade on that one. Larry Nance. He signs through the mail too. I think he won the dunk contest in the mid-80s. Calvin Nat. Norm Nixon. Great Lakers player. Then he played for the Clippers for a while. Charles Oakley. 710. That guy was a beast. Hakeem Olajuwon. 7-9. Another great card for the set. Louis Orr. Robert Parrish. Oops. Great Celtics player, the Chief. He signs through the mail as well. Jim Paxson. Sam Perkins. Ricky Pierce with a couple inscriptions. Paul Pressey. Kurt Rambis. Now this is a cool inscription. You see this? It says Clark Kent. So I had him sign this because of the crazy glasses that he wears. So I'm really happy with that one and how it came out. Robert Reed, he just passed away a few days ago, February 2024. Really sad. He wrote some really long 8x11 notes on what it was like to play and who his favorite current player is. So he was just great to correspond with. He'll be missed for sure. Got Doc Rivers, obviously who's a coach now. Alvin Robertson. Cliff Robinson. There's a couple Cliff Robinsons. One that played in the mid to late 90s and that one, and people always get them mixed up. Wayne Rollins, also known as Tree Rollins. That's how he signed it, Tree. Dan Roundfeld, this is one of the 3. Mike Mitchell, Dan Roundfeld, and Derek Smith that are next to impossible. Pop counts that are around 10 in the world. Just really tough. He retired the year after this card came out, so it's a very difficult card. Jeff Rullan, he's great. He was part of the Beef Brothers with Rick Mahorn. Got the All-Star inscription on there. He's great. Ralph Sampson, another great player. Dan Shays. Byron Scott. Purvis Short. He's another one that works for the NBA Players Association. He's a really nice guy. Jerry Shitting. I always mispronounce his last name. He's done a couple signings recently. I'll have to upgrade at some point. Jack Sigma. Nice card. Derek Smith. As I said, This is one of the holy trinity of this set. Extremely difficult card. Larry Smith. Rory Sparrow. Steve Sapanovich. Terry Teagle. Reggie Theus. Isaiah Thomas. I love this one. Check out the inscription. Bad Boys. The Bad Boys Pistons. So sick. Man, I love that card. LaSalle Thompson. Michael Thompson. I believe that's Klay Thompson's dad. I could be wrong. No, hold on. LaSalle Thompson is Klay Thompson's dad. Sadal Threat. This guy is a ghost. No one could find him. I got really lucky with this card. Wayman Tisdale. Another player that is no longer with us. Andrew Toney. This guy, he got injured in his last year of his playing days, and he was not thrilled about how the contract was handled by his team, and became a teacher for like 30 years and just almost refuses to acknowledge that he ever played basketball. So he just doesn't sign cards ever. I've had people literally run into him in person and beg, and he said no. So I'm really happy I got this one. I'm glad it's an 8-9. He is not signing anytime soon. Got Kelly Tripica. Mel Turpin. Another deceased player, is sort of a recluse. Kiki Vandeweghe. This is another one of my 9-10s. This just came out awesome. Like I said, anytime I can get a 9, I'm thrilled. Jay Vincent, another really tough card. He was in prison for a while, but he was part of the championship team with Magic, Michigan State. Bill Walton, I'm sure everybody knows him. Spud Webb, I got him to inscribe Slam Dunk Champ on here. It's just a really cool card with him dunking. I mean, that was just such an iconic dunk contest. Dominique with the Hall of Fame inscription. Gerald Wilkins. Buck Williams. Gus Williams. Herb Williams. Kevin Willis. Randy Whitman. Al Wood. He actually is a pastor at a church now. I made a donation to the church, sent it to him, and he signed this beautiful 710 in a blue Sharpie. Mike Woodson, college coach right now. Orlando Woolridge, no longer with us. James Worthy, Hall of Fame Laker. And here we go with the stickers. So we've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the full Kareem signature. Larry Bird, 710. I actually have the highest rated sticker set in the registry, which is kind of cool. We got Adrian Dantley. Again, we've had him on our podcast. He's just awesome. We got Alex English. Dr. J. Patrick Ewing. Magic Johnson. And MJ. This was a really tough one. Obviously, it's a nice card. It's sort of secondary to the base card, but I took a gamble on this one. I bought a JSA certified sticker, and then I sent it to PSA, and it passed. Because ultimately, I wanted everything in the slab, but great card. Hakeem Olajuwon, 810, solid. Isaiah Thomas. And Dominique Wilkins. That's not all, though. I've got some crazy stuff for you guys. So, I took it one step further, and I wanted to get the checklist signed by as many people as possible. So, I did all the living referees from that season. Dick Bavetta, 2,880 games. Pretty cool. We got Bennett Salvatore, longtime referee. This one's really cool. So this is Jerry Reinsdorf. He is the owner of the Bulls, and I had him write, "Glad we drafted MJ." Jerry Reinsdorf. Pretty cool card. Wish he signed it on the front, but I'll take it. We got Jeannie Buss. I got her to sign it and say Showtime Lakers. Pretty cool. Bernie Fryer, another referee from that season. Joey Crawford, refereed from 1977 to 2016. Jack Neese, he wrote 2,206 games, the years he refereed. He actually sent me a finals worn jersey, which is pretty crazy. He said I was the first person to ever ask for his autograph. Then I did some announcers too. Hubie Brown, you all know him from the broadcasts. I actually got Phil Knight to sign a checklist because, you know, obviously the Air Jordans in the 80s, so iconic. We got Terry Durham, another referee for almost 30 years. Got Ed Rush, another longtime referee, signed it on the back. Then we got Jerry West. This is a 9, and it's Jerry West, the logo, because obviously we know that the logo is based on him, so that's a pretty sick card. We've got Marv Albert to Nick. Yes, and it counts. That's my favorite phrase he uses during the broadcast. And then there's a couple other referees that they're too obscure to pass. Ronnie Zimmerman. I made sort of a custom card out of Dan Crawford. I got a few others. And then this is probably the best checklist. I've got David Stern, who was commissioner of the league during that time and for so long to sign it. So pretty awesome. That's the set. If any of you guys have any questions, I will say I would say 40% of these for free, just through the mail and reaching out to players. So if you want any advice, feel free to hit me up. I'm on Instagram at Boston Card Hunter. And my buddy LZ and I have a podcast, Sports Card Madness, that has a lot of tips for this as well and a lot of advice on vintage cards and things. So hopefully you enjoyed this. It was a long time to put together and then a very short time to show you. But yeah, thanks everyone.